Hello, friends. It's Wendy, and I am continuing with the last bit of my It's a Small World. Oh, I am a paper crafter. I am a junk journaler. I love all things paper. I'm also a scrapbooker. I love to take photos. I have too many photos. I turn everything into a scrapbook. But anyway, today, and when I'm very, 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 very happy to have you with me. Okay. Yes, I'm a little scattered. Oh, it is December, and I'm wearing my my holiday shirt here. But yeah, there's a lot going on, right? What I have decided to do, and actually, I'm going to show you a 9 patch, and then I'm not going to use it today. But I started out thinking that I was going to use it this way. A 9 patch is simply, well, we got 9 squares, right? And if you're quilting, oftentimes the squares are the same size. And when you have a piece of 12 by 12 paper, then you would have 9 patches or squares of 4 by 4. However, I want to put a photo there, right in the middle. And so I need to have room around it. And so it makes it kind of a wonky 9 patch. What I was thinking about doing was having it close like this, probably more like this, just because I think it's aesthetically more pleasing. And then I was thinking about putting this part over a page, let's see, like that. And then I thought, well, maybe I could do the bottom and make it a belly band. But what I finally decided was I'm just going to do the 3-fold and use this for another day. So I need to get my ruler out. Oh, I had one already on my desk. Oh, well, I have several rulers. This is 7 inches. So what I am going to do is I am going to cut this piece of paper because I felt that this color was the best of my 3 pictures. And I will cut it down to 7 inches across. So this ends up being 7 by 12. I'm going to set this aside because I probably will use it another day. And, oh, you know what? I'm going to measure across this way though first. I'm going to have a ruler. So I hope everybody's having a good holiday season. There are all kinds of holidays in December. I read, well, this is 5-ish. So these are basically 3.5. Okay. I read about December how, especially in the northern hemisphere, so anything north of the equator, how, and the further north you go, the more wretched the weather is, right? And the more cold and snowy and all of that. Anyway, so in December when it's more dark, and we lived in Alaska for, well, my husband lived there about 40 years. I lived there 25. So we lived 25 together out of that. And the weather is cold and it's dark. And so if you're an agrarian society, you cannot, let's see, which way, I think I do want it to go this way. So if you're an agrarian society where you are agriculture, you don't do a whole lot in December. And therefore, because it's cold and it's dark, and the darkest day of the year is actually coming up soon. The longest night, shortest day, whichever you want to call it, is coming up very soon. And so what you want to, so you get together with friends, right? Let's celebrate holidays at this time. So this is one of the reasons why December has so many holidays. So you didn't want to know that, but I found that fascinating. So I'm going to cut, I don't want to cut the bunny off, the white rabbit. But I do need this to be a little smaller than 3.5. So I'm going to cut this one, and I'm also going to cut this one. Before we move on, let me explain. That means I have to find my other photos. So let me explain why I picked these photos out of all of these that were left. I was going to choose this one. I really like this one. I thought this was such a clever use of for Santa. And I wasn't going to choose this one. But this is facing this way, and so is this. And so this is about aesthetics. I could have used that one anyway, right? But I decided I wanted, if that's going to face that way, I want this to face this way. And this one is square on. And it really depends on where I'm sitting in the boat at the time I am taking these pictures, right? This was in a corner, literally. In fact, you can tell that this is a corner of a room. Anyway, and I was on the other side of the boat. One other thing I want to do, okay, I want to see whether or not this would look good on here. Because I really want it to look good on there. I might have to do two things. I might have to cut it down just a little bit so I can have that paper show completely. And put a little bit of a background around it. So I think I'm going to do that. Okay, and already we are going to be inking and gluing, and you know what that means. Happy holiday music. Okay, so this is the beginning. You're going to say, well, it's all done. But it's not. I did cut this down a little more because I wanted the hinges to work. Okay. I am going to put page protector. I want to kind of see definitely here because that'll protect that page. I might have to do it on that one as well. So a new tip, I just got some just regular 8.5 by 11 page protectors off of Amazon. It was the best price I could find, and they're a really good quality. I did get the heavy ones, not flimsy, so not lightweight. I got heavyweight. Now I'm going to put something on the cover, of course. We also need to get the paper. I haven't decided what color I want to do the paper. Whoops, wrong one. There we go. Okay, so before I move on to the next step, I'm entertaining papers. So I'm trying to get to where this is where it's going to go. So we have this flippy flop here. And I was thinking, I don't know that I like that there. I could put something over it. This is kind of a thicker piece of paper. The reason I would choose this one, though, is because I really like this with this. Or I can use this as my inside flippy flop for this, which I kind of think I'm going to do. This is 12 inches, right? Yes. So I'm getting one of my prototypes out, and I want to see how this works. So there would be a fold there, so that means I would need to make another fold right there. So it's about a ½ inch. I don't know that this fold shows. It is paper. I might be able to iron that out if it bothers me that much. I don't know. Can that be ironed out? Should we try? Should we make this an experiment? I think we should. Okay, I wanted to get all of the glue off of my mat before I did this. So while my little iron is heating, I use glass cleaner. It seems to work really well in getting glue off. I mostly use PVA glue, and it works good on that. Made it hot. It wasn't very hot just a moment ago. Let's see if I'm gonna be successful. I found this, I'm not sure what department it was in when I bought it. I'm thinking it was in a craft department over near where they have like the supplies for the Cricut, you know, the vinyl stuff there. I did find it though just this weekend over by the Notions. So, you know, where they have the fusible, this is what I was looking for. I have a hole in one of my Disney shirts. Ah! Anyway, it was over by the fusible tape that you use to mend holes in shirts. I chose to use this side to iron because I don't like this side. It's this other side that I really like. And I am going to press it. This is quite honestly working very nicely. So if you want, you know, and I have done it where I've scored it in the wrong place, and I've just done another one and I cover up the fold. But this one, I wanted it to look really good. And this is working. So, yay. And you can, well, Tim Holtz says you can iron on the glass mat. I wouldn't iron like major ironing. You know, I mean, I would just do little crafty stuff like this. It is tempered glass and it holds up to what I just did. So, yay for that too. Well, I gotta tell you, I can't decide what background to put this on, so I figured I'm gonna finish the trifold embellishment and then I can move on to its background. What I want to do, I want to put Harvey. I've never made Harvey. I've had Harvey for about a year now, and I've never made him. So, it's time, isn't it? I knew I was coming on this vacation, and I knew I would want to have Harvey. Now, if you've seen my videos on organizing Tim Holtz dies, I put them on heat register covers. So these are magnets. You get them like at Home Depot, Lowe's, places like that. I bought one at Walmart once. They were too flimsy. These are not light, so you want a base that's going to hold up. And then I have these pens. So I have these pens that I use, and they're a white paint. So, and when I make my square ones, I always have these little leftovers because the vent cover is bigger than what I use. So these are leftovers, and I just sorted them. So base and face here. Shoes, hat straps, hat and chin strap. So shoes, and hat and chin strap. Blah, blah. Can't seem to talk. Nutcracker and toy soldier. This is London Guard. So this design for his vest would be like Nutcracker or toy soldier, and this would be more for London Guard. And this one is for the shoulders, trim, and cuff. And this one is the shirt base. So this shirt base would go on the face base. And then here is the hat, and then the different trims that would go on the hat. So that's how I organized it. Okay, I do not have flesh colored paper. And I know my color doesn't, I guess it doesn't look that much off of that. So anyway, I'm just going to color him with, this is Spun Sugar. It is the lightest of all of his pinks. Okay, so the cheeks are red. And I'm going to assume they're right about there, right? So we'll just draw cheeks. This is supposed to be his nose. I don't know if you can see that. I don't know if you can see the impression. There you go. Now you can see it. That's not a happy smiley face. That's his nose. And I never understood why the nose looks like that. So, and I really didn't line those up. I wonder if I want to start over. Probably not. Okay, I couldn't take it. I had to just start over. I watched the video twice. So it's on, you could just put in colorized and then Harvey. You get the video. I need to put the shoes. This is actually not the shoes. This is all about the leggings. So in the photo, they're blue. Maybe originally they were gray. I don't know. Maybe they were always blue. Maybe they were always gray. They look blue to me now. How's that? So I'm doing blue. So this is the first one. So I'll glue them down one at a time. Okay, so far, probably the most difficult part of this was choosing what colors I wanted to use. Because, you know, me making decisions, right? But let me see. Is this, so this would be shirt base, maybe? No. Now I have to remember where everything goes. Probably here. Yes. So this goes here. Wow. So I'm already seeing, for me, some either mistakes or complications. Oh, but you know what I can do? Ha ha ha. It's all good. It's all good. Yay! Okay, I don't know whether I want to start on this over again or not. Guess what? I'm not supposed to tuck this underneath. It's supposed to go over, which maybe I'll just cut. Okay, I started over for a number of reasons. First one is I really hate the way that looks. And this is supposed to be actually laying on top of it. Second one is I picked a very, very, very flimsy piece of paper for my base. This, I almost went to the heavy stock, to Tim Holtz heavy stock paper for my base. So we'll see whether the next time I do this, because I am planning on doing this again in the not too distant future because I have other soldiers to do. Here's another thing that I did not like. Oh, first I'm gonna do the face. But another thing that I was not happy, the blue, it really is designed to be gray. It's designed to use gray papers for the legs, not blue. So, and that's all the pink I'm going to give it because it's going to have red cheeks. So we will start with the gray again and move on. I'll show you when I move on. I thought I would share this couple of things. I could have said, because I really could have, pretended like I had no trouble with Harvey. But I had trouble with Harvey. I have seen him used in so many different ways. He's been dressed up as like the Beatles' Sergeant Pepper. He's an, oh my gosh, they've done so many adorable, cute things with him, right? But I do not recall anyone ever saying, put a heavy base on Harvey. Make sure he's got a sturdy foundation. You know what? That only makes sense, doesn't it? I mean, that really makes sense. I was thinking, I don't want this any bulkier than he needs to be. So I went with, well, just average paper, a little thin paper, you know. It was cardstock, but it wasn't heavy stock. And now I wish, well, now I put it in a heavier stock and I'm much happier with it. The head is better. I did ink a little bit of pink here. I'm not going to lie. There was some real frustration there, and I'm sorry. But I do think Harvey is stinking cute. Let me make him closer, right? Oh, he's worth it. Like I said, if you go on Pinterest or on Tim Holtz Addicts, I'm sure Instagram as well, you will find Harvey in looking really, really, really awesome. So I am going to stamp this paper. I decided since It's a Small World has a song that goes over and over and over and over and over again, that I will stamp with music. And I'll stamp there and there. And I'm going to ink it with Vintage Photo, of course. Okay, I'm going to do a test inking. This part is going to literally be glued down. So I'm going to test with tea dye and with Vintage Photo and see which one I like better. So let's check it out. See which one is better. And do it where it's not going to show. I could have pulled another piece of paper out if I had wanted to, but this is the paper it's going to go on. So this one up here is the tea dye. And this one here is the Vintage Photo. And this is Harvey sitting on them. Well, you know, Vintage Photo is a favorite for a reason. So I'm going to go with Vintage Photo. Ink a little, I'll definitely be a little more generous with my inking. I may need to re-ink. I may be at a point where the only answer right now is to put more ink in my pad. So, let's see. Let's see what inking it like crazy does. Okay. Let's go here. good enough. So let's see if I can do this better. Sometimes if I put a little something behind, it will ink a little better. So let me see if I can find something quick and easy. This is just a piece of packing foam. I saved my foam when we moved. We'll see if this works a little better. Oh yeah, it did a much better job. I'm not going to redo the front though, because I do have Harvey there, and I can always add some like greenery or something around him to camouflage that. Okay, so my biggest problem right now is I had a number of different ideas on how to keep this closed. And I'm really not sure what I'm going to do. I don't want anything to pierce these papers. So there he is. Yeah, he needs something a little more, doesn't he? And we definitely need something that's going to keep this closed. Okay, I didn't want to leave you on a total cliffhanger. I'm going to leave you on a sort of a cliffhanger. I did decide, and I will glue this down in the back of the journal, of the folio. I did decide that the easiest thing to do would be this. And I've got, I don't know whether I want to make these too short. Maybe a little shorter. There we go. But I think that works really good. So I will glue the string down, and then I'll be gluing this to a page. The thing is, Harvey needs more. I don't know whether, see the soldiers in, I'll open this up and show you. The soldiers here, they don't have anything on their hats. But his hat looks a little on the plain side, so I'm thinking about either putting greenery. There were a number of different things that I saw on Pinterest that I could do, but all of them are going to take time. So that will be for next time. So stay tuned. Same bat time, same bat channel, right? I don't know how many people remember that. Sadly, I guess I'm old enough to remember that. Anyway, I didn't tie that very tight that time, but yeah, so I will finish this up in the next video, and I will finish then the rest of the other half of the folio, because this will be on the one side, and then there's going to be a fold for the Frontierland side, and that will be in our very next video. So if you liked watching me struggle, hey, somebody's got to do it, right? Somebody's got to sit here and show you how easy or not easy some of these things are. Once you've done it a couple of times, after that, they're actually really easy, but the first 2 or 3 times, this was only the third, so third time's a charm, right? But it doesn't take too long, and then you get the hang of it, and then it becomes a lot easier. So if you enjoyed watching me struggle so that you don't have to, right? Use heavy cardstock base. Then please give it a big thumbs up and hit the notification bell and subscribe if you haven't already. And I will see you next time. Bye.